Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Saturday night. Thanks for joining us on yourliveevent.com. Joel Morgan coming to you live from Castleton. It's another edition of high school boys basketball as the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros playing in a non-region game against the number 5 team in Class B boys basketball, the Central Cass Squirrels. Thanks for joining us here on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Central Cass, the number 5 team in the state, as we mentioned, coming into this game with a 10-1 record. They are 4-1 and what is a very top-heavy Region 1 region. Well, Hillsboro Central Valley 7-5 this season, 5-2, and is also a very tough Region 2. The Burros have put themselves to test here this season. They have played a lot of tough opponents. In fact, their toughest stretch of the season featured 3 straight games. We'll actually make that 4 out of 5 games against some tough opponents, ranked opponents. On January 6th, they lost to Thompson 41-38. Got a win against Larimore and then played 3 straight games against ranked teams, losing to Enderlin, 4 wins Minnewacan, and then Thompson again before putting together this 3-game winning streak that has brought us here today against Central Cass, defeating Cavalier, Hatton, Northwood, and Midway Minto. Oh, by the way, all 3 of those games against Region 2 opponents, which is helping them move up and down the standings. For the Central Cass Squirrels, well, their first loss of the season came earlier in the week. They hosted Enderlin, the number 2 team in the state, 62-53, excuse me. They suffered a loss against a very tough Enderlin Eagles team, which features now not just 1, but 2 Power 5 D1 commits, and the Hurlberts, Gus Hurlbert announcing yesterday that he has committed to be a walk-on at Northwestern, a team in the Big Ten. So it was a big contest for the Central Cass Squirrels, but they rebounded with a win on Thursday, defeating Oak Grove 75-53. So they lost their 9-game winning streak, lost, and then picked up a win, looking to string together another one in what should be a good matchup coming up here this evening in Castleton. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Let's step aside. We'll tell you how things are looking right now inside of these region standings when we're back on yourliveevent.com.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. Go Burros!
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Cruise on over to Hillsboro Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Welcome back to the Irie Insurance pregame show. Hillsboro Central Valley against Central Cass here tonight in Castleton boys basketball. Let's take a look at the latest Class B boys basketball poll, and to put that in perspective of how tough the schedule has been this season for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Number 1 team right now, 4 wins, Minnewacan. Then it's Kindred, Enderlin, Ellendale High School following that, Central Cass, Thompson, Powers Lake, Flasher, North Border, all in the top 10 of the poll, of the Class B boys basketball poll. And you look at those teams on that schedule that Hillsboro Central Valley and Central Cass, in that matter, have played so far this season. I look at the Region 1 standings, to which Central Cass is members of. Kindred, the number 1 team in that region, they are 11-1 overall, 6-0 in the region. Enderlin 5-0 in the region, 9-3 overall. Then Central Cass 10-1, 4-1 in the region. After that, it is just region schedule-wise. Oak Grove 4-2, Northern Cass 3-2, Sargent County 3-3, Hankinson 2-3, Lisbon 1-3, Maple River 1-3, Tri-State 1-4, Richland 1-5, and then Wyndmere Lidgerwood 0-5. Region 2 standings has Thompson at number 1, 8-4 overall, 4-0 in the region. Grafton 9-2, 7-1 in the region. North Border 10-1, 6-1. Mayport 8-3, 6-2, and then Hillsboro 7-5, 5-2. Behind them, Park River, Fordville, Lincoln 5-2, Cavalier 3-5, Midway, Minto 2-6, Hatton Northwood 1-5, Drayton Valley, Edinburgh 1-8, and Larimore 0-8 in Region 2 play. We're just weeks away from the Region 2 tournament, to which you can, by the way, see full coverage of not just Region 1, but also Region 2. Both girls and boys, you can see all of those on yourliveevent.com. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll step aside. Back with more.
H509. If you are already a member, thank you. If you are not a member, we would love to invite you to join Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. We remind you every graduating student who applies will receive at least one scholarship through Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. So we can continue this amazing program, please consider a gift this season to Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. Visit H509 Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars website or Facebook page for more information.
The Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Boro sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsboro Vets Club is cheering for the Burros and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck, Burros, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Boro sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game. This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Goose River Heating and Cooling of Hillsboro. Corey Wright is ready for you as a Ruud dealer for the Hillsboro and surrounding communities. If your furnace has lived past its prime, you'll want to talk to Corey today about a new Ruud furnace for your home or new construction. Now, you don't want to be left out in the cold, and that's why Goose River Heating and Cooling is available for you with 24-hour emergency service. Contact Corey Wright today at Goose River Heating and Cooling, 701-430-1990. Serving Hillsboro and the surrounding communities as a Ruud dealer. Here for you, Goose River Heating and Cooling.
With the risks found in agriculture, it's important to have a crop insurance agent that understands your situation. Someone who will review your numbers and consider the different scenarios. Someone who understands farm programs and add-on options. Irie Insurance is here to help. With real-world experience, Irie Insurance will customize a plan to minimize your risk. Find out more at IrieInsurance.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie. coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
And welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com and our Irie Insurance pregame show. Hillsboro Central Valley boys against Central Cass here tonight. Non-region game, of course, for both of these teams. Hillsboro Central Valley looking to string together 4 straight wins today. Central Cass, they looking to regain what was a season opening 9-game winning streak, looking to start another one of their own as the playoffs for both of these teams just coming right around the corner. Final few seconds going to be burned off the warm-up clock, and then we'll be ready to go. We'll send it over to PA for our national anthem as well as for the announcement of our starting lineups brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company.
Welcome to the campus of Central Cass. Tonight's matchup between the Hillsboro and Central Valley Boroughs and your Central Cass Squirrels. This game is being played according to the rules of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players and spectators and help promote good sportsmanship by preserving the rules of fair play. Everyone is responsible for keeping this game at a high level of good sportsmanship. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, let's stand and move on ahead here. Face our nation's flag as Claire and Delaney Cotton lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
That was Claire and Delaney Cotton, members of the Central Cass girls basketball team, with the rendition of the national anthem. We'll now send it back over for the announcements of our starting lineups brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company. And that has been the announcements of our starting lineups, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company. We'll step aside, back with the opening tip-off next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And opening tip-off, one back by the Burros, and points coming from Jacob Brandt in the opening seconds of this one. So 8 seconds into this game, till 2-0 Hillsboro Central Valley against Central Cass here tonight. Squirrels getting their first look is just right off the gate. Tip-off comes to Brandt, the big guy, 6'7", finishes at the rim. Dribble in the corner, Holzer feeds across to a cutting Coppervig, and we are tied at 2. So a back-and-forth start to this game. It was a high-scoring JV game. Both teams getting into the upper 60s, into the 70s. Ultimately, Hillsboro coming away with the victory. As the ball is in the corner, Brandt with the ball, skips across to Limke. He is up for 3, off the backboard, long rebound. Gets by Carter Vercoda and out of bounds. Vercoda thought about making the play and realized where he was position-wise on the court and just let it get by him. A chance for his team to really set up their offense. Holzer inside will come to Jacob Deutsch. Deutsch across half court, guarded by Dryberg. Will hand it off to Coverbig on the wing. 25 seconds on the shot clock of this 2-2 game. Vercoda open, closed in quick. Feeds to Crochet to the corner. 3 off the iron. Rebound is brought down by Brandt. Will come to Parker Gallagher. Long pass to Limke. And Limke is going to get bumped out of bounds. Draws a foul. Tyler Crochet will be called for his first, team's first. 6:48 to go, first quarter, a 2-2 game. Ball over to the near side, Dryberg to the corner, now to Brandt. Brandt feeds inside to Waterworth, and he was tied up by Crochet. 1:44 ties up the other. It's a held ball. That will go to Central Cass. Ball gets put in bounds to Jacob Deutsch, to Coverbig. He'll come across half court over to Deutsch on the left side. Deutsch averaging 10 a game to go along with 3 rebounds. Feeds Sam Coverbig over to Vercoda. To Crochet, back beyond the arc to Holzer to the baseline. Rather, the pass from Coverbig to Holzer through his hands at the baseline, and the ball will go back to Hillsboro Central Valley. We got 4 points inside of the first 30 seconds of the game, and the offense has slowed for both teams. Full court defense coming right now for the 5th-ranked Squirrels, and it works. Coverbig forces the turnover across the Deutsch, off the backboard and in. 4-2, back on top is Central Cass. Full court defense from the Squirrels worked last time. Burrows try to break. Ball comes to Dryberg across half court to Limke. Finds Brandt off the glass and in. Brandt has all 4 for Hillsboro Central Valley. And we are tied again, 4-4, 5:47 left in the first quarter. Join us for our Farmers Union halftime show coming up. We'll get you our halftime numbers from this game, which so far has been a back and forth game. 3 for Deutsch, off the iron, high rebound, pulled down by Brandt. Brandt almost got tied up with Waterworth, his teammate. Brandt will bring it up court, tries to get past Vercoda, throws it at half court, finds Gallagher. Gallagher between the circles will go to the far side to Brandt. Burrows want to settle their offense. Waterworth from the free throw line off the heel of the basket. Rebound brought down by Vercoda, but over the back was Jacob Brandt. Brandt is called for his personal first team foul. About 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Ball to the corner, Vercoda for 3, knocks it down. 7-4, Squirrels lead. Under 5 to play. Full court press put on by the Squirrels. Burrows able to break, almost break. Pass from Dryberg, knocked out by Carter Vercoda. And Limke, far sideline, sends it in bounce. Works its way to Dryberg, back to the hands of Brandt. To Limke, beyond the arc, up for three. Will miss for Gallagher. Put back, though, good for Gannon Limke. 7-6 game. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Ball brought by Holzer. Held up on the wing by Waterworth. Feeds to Deutsch. Deutsch takes a dribble back to the corner to Holzer. 20 on the shot clock for the Squirrels. And I believe it's Waterworth. Again, Waterworth called for his first personal second foul. I thought for a second that we had Holzer step over the line, but it was a foul on Waterworth. Sam Kobervig, baseline, ready to inbound. Needs to get it off to someone. Feeds to Holzer, dribbles, hook shot, misses left side. Rebound to Deutsch, able to stay in bounds as Deutsch. And he sets the ball in motion. It's a drive, feed to Deutsch, baseline dribble. Beyond the arc to Verkota. Verkota can't find penetration. 24 seconds left on this shot clock. Squirrels up by a point. Good defense right now by the Burros. Cruchet through the baseline. Open shooter in Verkota. Three in and out. Rebound two-handed by Waterworth. Half-court defense for the Squirrels. Burros advance the ball. Gallagher far sideline. Comes to the corner. Shot for Waterworth. That will miss. Deutsch two-hands the rebound and starts the drive the other way for the Squirrels. 3 minutes, 27 seconds and counting left in this opening quarter. Alex Everson at the scorer's table for the Squirrels. Ready to come in next stoppage of play. Holzer dribbles in the lane. Puts it up for two. 4 of the 5 starters have been able to put the ball through the net for the Squirrels, who lead 9-6. Burrows advancing the ball up court. It's Gallagher. Comes to Dryberg. To the corner. Brandt for three. Brandt has 7. 9-9 game. Our third tie inside of 3 to go in the first quarter. Deutsch near the top of the key. Comes to Cruchet, to Deutsch, to Verkota. Verkota turned to shoot. Right on him was Brandt. He is double teamed in the corner. Is able to get a pass to Holzer. He avoids the over and back. Burns the defender. Comes to an open Deutsch for three. That will miss. A battle for the rebound is won by Verkota. And I think he may have drawn the foul against Brandt. Now they will call Brandt for his second, Jacob Brandt's second, team's third. Substitutions coming all around. Aaron Cooper into the game for Hillsboro Central Valley. Alec Magnuson into the game. The Squirrels will bring Mason Bussey into the contest. Bussey inbounds to Verkota. Verkota bounces it to Holzer on the near side. Under 2.5 left in this quarter. Eli Burr also checking into the game, had the basketball, comes to Verkota. Verkota guarded tough by Dryberg. Looking for some separation. 14 on the shot clock for the Squirrels. A shovel pass intended for Bussey at the baseline. Gets tipped out of bounds by Magnuson. Magnuson read the play, tried to get the steal. Instead, Squirrels keep the basketball, but they have 10 on the shot clock. Inbound pass pulled in by Verkota. Double teamed in the corner, 5 seconds left. And we're going to get the ball go to Hillsboro Central Valley. So it's the Burros basketball, 9-9 game, under 2 to play in the first quarter. Limke with the basketball, finds Dryberg to the corner to Gallagher. Back to the hands of Dryberg. Right side, Cooper up to shoot, called for travel. Minute 40 left. First quarter. Holzer with the basketball. Comes to Everson. Back to the hands of Verkota. Central Cass, number 5 in the state. Deep three on the way. Off the heel of the basket. Rebound cleared out of the lane. Nice move by Everson. Is able to find Holzer. Drives the lane. Won't get the shot. Rebound to the Burros. Burrows, easy to say that they have just been so battle-tested this season with the schedule that they have put together. We're on that little bit of a skid. It came against top 5 opponents. Thompson twice in that stretch. Deep three comes for Dryberg, misses. Rebound picked up by Cooper. Work back inside to Magnuson to shoot. Fouled by Cole Holzer. Holzer's first, third for the Squirrels. That puts Alex Magnuson to the line. He'll shoot 2, a chance to break this tie. It's been an up and down game, but it's been relatively low scoring, I feel, for the number of touches we've seen both teams have. As the first shot, that will count for Magnuson. Hillsboro Central Valley in front 10-9. Tyler Cruchet back on the court for the Squirrels. .48 seconds left in the first quarter. Second free throw good. Alec Magnuson, the senior, delivers 2 free throws to make it 11-9. Deutsch with the basketball. Comes to Everson. Everson feeds to Bussey, back to Deutsch. Ball in the hands of Burr. 17 seconds on the shot clock for the Squirrels. The Burros just forcing them to move the ball. Everson going to the basket. He's going to be fouled. Aaron Cooper's first, 4th foul now for the Burros. Bussey at the baseline. Shot clock has been turned off. Deutsch, the senior, comes to a stop. Back to the near side. Everson back to Deutsch. Inside to Cruchet. Now beyond the arc 3. It's the end of the iron for Burr. Burrows had it, lost it, and now it's scooped up by Lishik. Lishik got the ball, works to Gallagher in the corner. Deep 3 for Limke. That one off the backboard. Rebound knocked away by Deutsch. And the first quarter is into the books. 1 quarter of play on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. It is Hillsboro Central Valley 11, Central Cass 9. Back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
When you need seed for your farm, contact Rocky Nedham. Nedham Seeds in Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Wheat varieties include LCS Trigger, LCS Rebel, AgriPro, SY Velda. Nedham Seeds also has barley seed and Seedex sugar beet seed, plus Pioneer corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed. Wheat, barley, corn, soybean, sunflower, alfalfa, and sugar beet seed. Nedham Seeds, Caledonia, 701-430-1149.
Genuine starts here. There's one easy way to keep your AGCO equipment productive all year with genuine preventative maintenance from AGCO Parts. When you check, change, and replace using AGCO Parts preventative maintenance products, you get the promise of maximum performance and increased uptime. Visit Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, to see our full selection of preventative maintenance parts products, or give us a call at 784-2961 to place an order today.
11-9, Hillsboro Central Valley leads Central Cass boys basketball tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Joel Morgan. Thanks as always for being with us. Remember, Region 1, Region 2 girls and boys basketball tournaments, as well as the EDC tournament, girls and boys. You can find full coverage of that just a few weeks away on YourLiveEvent.com. Ball to the baseline, Limke. Limke skips a pass, pulled down by Cooper. Back to Parker Gallagher. Gallagher finds Lushik. Will come to Gallagher, takes a drive, up for Lushik. 3 upcoming, that one misses. Rebound was in and out of the hands of Carter Verkota. And it went out of bounds, touched the hands of Aaron Cooper, so it's the Squirrels basketball. Ball is inbounded to Jacob Deutsch. We saw 3 ties come in that first quarter. Jacob Brandt scored about 5 seconds into the game. Squirrels answered right back. A 3 from the corner. That one off the iron. Rebound grabbed at the baseline by Gannon Limke. Limke will come to Gallagher. Gallagher stops at half court, trying to find an open teammate, and connects with Lushik. He'll feed to Gallagher to the near side. Cooper. Burrows with a very quick passing pattern. Shot from the post. That one for Lemke. Bounces around. Brought down by Carter Verkota. And Verkota is going to be fouled. Lushik's called for his first, fifth foul. Burrow's not a lot of team fouls to work with here, and just under 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Kavervig with the ball, sends it top of the key to Deutsch. To the corner of Verkota, work back to Deutsch, pass inside, picked off by Gannon Lemke. Lemke on the dribble, and a travel called. Deutsch stayed in front, and Lemke, I think, was trying to draw contact, and Deutsch took a step or two back, and Lemke gets called for the travel. 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Ball to the corner, Kavervig drives, stays in bounds, looks for a pass, altered and picked up by Gallagher. Gallagher the drive, misses the shot. Deutsch will be called for the foul, so Parker Gallagher up to the free throw line to shoot 2. Just 2 free throws were taken in that first half. Alec Magnuson for the Burros shot 2 free throws, hit both, made it an 11-9 game. Our last 2 points came from the free throw line on either side. Make that our last 3 points. Parker Gallagher for Hillsboro Central Valley connects, makes it 12-9. Next shot won't connect for Gallagher. Picked up by Jacob Deutsch. Deutsch feeds to Verkota and will be knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Central Cass Squirrels. Long inbound, tracked down by Verkota. To the near side, Holzer gets off the shot, but a foul called before that. And it will be Aaron Cooper, his second. So Brandt and Cooper both sitting on 2 fouls right now for the Burros. Deutsch to the left, comes to Verkota. 30 seconds on the shot clock for Central Cass. Ball handled by Kavervig, takes a dribble, comes to Deutsch. Pass intercepted by Cooper. Cooper feeds to Lemke. Ball handled by Gallagher. Right side, Cooper takes a dribble. Goes to Gallagher. Gallagher free, thought about the shot. Closed in quick by Kavervig. To Magnuson. To the baseline, off the glass and in for Gannon Lemke. 14-9. 5-point advantage for the Burros. Largest separation we've seen on either side. Ball mishandled by Holzer. Holzer picks it up. Now to Kavervig. Burros have been quick to close in on anyone hanging on to the basketball. Ball on the corner, Verkota for 3. That one in and out. Magnuson with the board. Now to Cooper. Long pass, finds an open Gallagher, misses the layup. Ball out of bounds. Was touched by the Burros. Squirrels basketball. Substitutions coming on both sides. Peter Dryberg back into the game. Also back in Waterworth. Joining him will be Jacob Brandt. Squirrels made a substitution. Eli Burr in for the Squirrels. Under 5 to play in the first half. Deutsch will come to Verkota. Back to Deutsch. Up for 3, gets fouled. It will be 3 shots. Gannon Lemke's first, 7th team foul. So for the final 4:42 of the first half, it'll be all bonus time coming for the Squirrels. Deutsch hits the first. Makes it 14-10. First points of the second quarter for the Central Cass Squirrels. Next shot will miss. Remember, he got 3. Lemke fouled him as he was in the process of pulling up for that 3 from the corner. Next shot from Deutsch, that will miss. Caden Waterworth the rebound. Hillsboro Central Valley has the basketball. It's Parker Gallagher looking for help. Comes to Limke, and it's out of bounds. Those two not on the same page. Mason Bussey in for the Squirrels. Out will be Jacob Deutsch. 4:32 left in our first half. Verkota with the basketball. Feeds to Coverbig. Back to Verkota. Squirrels just 1 point in the first half of this second quarter. So just 1 point in the nearly 4 minutes of play. Shot is short for Verkota. Ball pulled out of the air by Brandt. Finds itself to Dryberg in the corner. In the lane, Waterworth off the glass and in, and one. So Waterworth to the line. The two will count. Mason Bussey's first personal, fourth foul for the Squirrels. In Waterworth, the 6'6 senior, averaging just under 9 a game. Go along with 6 rebounds. Does not complete the three-point play, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound attempt, and that is Jacob Brandt. I believe that will be Brandt. Yep, it will be Brandt. His third, team's eighth. So Brandt is done for this 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Eli Burr to the line will attempt the 1-and-1. So Burr will try this 1-and-1. Misses, doesn't get the bonus shot. Waterworth's basketball. Still a relatively low-scoring second quarter for both teams. Up for three. Waterworth hits it. 5 for Waterworth this quarter. 8-point lead. Make that a 9-point lead for Hillsboro Central Valley. And the Squirrels want to take a timeout. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Olson Hardware in Hillsboro welcomes you to stop in. Find all of your hardware needs. If you're doing yard and garden work, Olson Hardware has the lawn and garden tools, rakes, shovels, hose, and more, plus all of your lawn care needs too. If you're getting ready to do your outdoor projects this summer, stop by Olson Hardware, pick up your paint, stains, and all of the accessories. And if you're in need of a mattress upgrade, be sure to stop in and check out the amazing Rest mattress. Olson Hardware can repair your major appliances too. They are your full-service hardware store, Olson Hardware in Hillsboro. Stop in today.
And a timeout taken by the Central Cass Squirrels. They trail Hillsboro Central Valley 19-10, 9-point lead for the Burros. Thanks for being with us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Both teams have been matched pretty evenly. It's just been a bit of a scoring drought here in the second quarter. The Squirrels have only scored 1. The Burros have scored 8. Covervig out of the timeout. Shovels it back to the corner. Burr for 3. 4 now this quarter for Central Cass, and they're back within 6, 19-13. 4 ties, or make that 3 ties in this game, all in the first quarter. Waterworth drives, and ball is blocked by Holzer. 6'6 Holzer going up against 6'6 Waterworth. And it's Holzer who redirects that one out of bounds. Burros do keep the basketball. Gallagher baseline, inbounds, finds Dryberg to Limke to the left side. Gallagher. The Burros missing Jacob Brandt right now, sitting on the bench with some foul trouble, so a change to Coach Rothfold's rotation. 7 seconds right now on the shot clock for the Burros. Need to get this shot off. Comes inside. Limke gets it off. They avoid the shot clock violation, but the rebound is pulled down by Burr, and it's the Squirrels basketball. Squirrels looking to get hot here to close out this final 2:45. 3 from Burr off the iron. Rebound in and out of the hands of Holzer. Collects the loose ball. Holzer looks for help, sends a pass to Verkota. Verkota closed in quickly. His pass stolen away. Limke, the steal and the layup. The senior goes coast to coast, 21-13 the score. So that'll put a damper on the momentum that the Squirrels seem to be picking up. Pass attempt almost stolen away again. Verkota hangs on. Fadeaway shot short of the iron and chipped out of bounds by Sam Kovervik. Alex Everson back on the court for the Squirrels. Jacob Joich will join him. Central Cass, number 5 in the latest basketball poll. The Burros not showing up, not receiving votes, not showing up in the poll here the last couple of weeks, and not receive votes this week. But, you know, that's just based on that gauntlet of a schedule they had. Deutsch from the post, nice move, shot good, and one for Jacob Deutsch. Foul on Gannon Limke, his second, team's 9th. 21-15 the score. 1:52 left in the first half. You know, the polls sometimes you look at wins and losses, obviously matchups against top 10 teams, but for the Burros, I think the way they've been playing lately, a trip back up to the top 10 is in their future. A drive, up to shoot, driver, call for a travel. That will be a foul. Driver will be called for his first, team's 10th. Sam Kovervik in for Central Cass. Kovervik sends a pass to Deutsch, tries to go baseline, taken away by Waterworth and knocked away from Waterworth, and he blocks the shot for Verkota. No one with clear control, and finally the Burros will get it, and we're going to see a foul come against Alex Everson. Within that 2-3 second span of time, both teams came up with big plays to create turnovers. Ultimately, it's the foul that's going to give the basketball to the Burros, who lead 21-16. Minute 15 left in this first half. Ball comes to Waterworth for 3. Good. He's got 7 this quarter. Another 8-point lead for Hillsboro Central Valley, 24-16. It's Verkota to Deutsch in the corner. Deutsch sends a pass in the lane, directed to Waterworth. The defense that the Burros have been playing here down the stretch to close out this first half is just get hands in front of passes. Redirect passes. Even if you're not turning the ball over, you're forcing Central Cass to have to make moves they don't want to. As a high-low comes to Limke. He puts it in for another pair. 10-point lead, 26-16, largest for Hillsboro Central Valley. Shot clock is off. Kovervik with the basketball. Comes to Verkota. Back to Kovervik. 14 seconds left in the half. Jake Deutsch with the basketball takes a big look back at the clock to see what time he's working with. To the lane, layup good for Deutsch. Deutsch has a 6-point quarter, 26-18. And we're going to get a foul call on Kovervik. His first 6-team foul. It's the Burros basketball. I think he's someone to inbound, and that's going to be Peter Dryberg. 2.2 left. Pass attempt picked off by Kovervik, but our first quarter officially in the books. Our score after one half of play. And the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard, it is Hillsboro Central Valley 26, Central Cass 18. First half numbers coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
Contact the guys at RDK Enterprises before the winter breaks to spring and your equipment isn't ready for the field. RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them up and schedule your maintenance or software updates at 701-636-2119. They're more than happy to talk about any other issues that may be affecting your precision planting. Spring is closer than you think, and RDK Enterprises in Hillsboro and Drayton can help you out. 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Reed Insurance, Terry Reed and Julie Larson, serving you with homeowners, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail. They're here to help you with the insurance you need. Located in the Wright Implement Building in Hillsboro, call Julie or Terry today at Reed Insurance, 701-636-5471. Visit with Terry Reed and Julie Larson for the insurance coverage you need. You can depend on Reed Insurance.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and all Delta dental insurances. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro, for when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires, or need tire repair. Visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum, thank you for your business, and they look forward to continuing to serve you at Sorum Oil Company.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
We're back on YourLiveEvent.com. Our score on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, 26-18. Hillsboro Central Valley leads the Central Cass Squirrels. Our halftime show brought to you by Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Let's take a look at our first half numbers. Well, it was a game that we saw points come in the first 3 seconds. Burrows win the opening tip-off. Jacob Brandt finds his way off the glass, and in it's 2-0. Central Cass goes on to answer right back. And then kind of became low scoring. And then it was back and forth. 3 ties in that first quarter would end 11-9, Hillsboro Central Valley on top. The Squirrels shooting would go cold as Hillsboro Central Valley finding another level of defense to really get things going. They held the Squirrels to just 1 point in the first 4 minutes of the second quarter, but Central Cass would start getting hot. The Burrows defense would kind of stifle any run that they would try to get, but Hillsboro Central Valley scores 15 points in that second quarter. Central Cass ends up scoring 9. The bulk of those coming late in that quarter. It was Jacob Deutsch who scored 6 of those 9 points that they scored in the second quarter. Gannon Limke, 8 points. Caden Waterworth, 8 points. They are the lead scorers for both the Burrows and in the game. For Gannon Limke, he had 6 in the second quarter. Waterworth had all of his come in quarter number 2. Jacob Brandt, 7 points. He spent some time on the bench with some foul trouble. Parker Gallagher with the point. Alec Magnuson with 2 points. For Central Cass, Jacob Deutsch, as we mentioned, 8 points. He is their lead scorer. Carter Verkota with 3. Sam Convervig, 2. Cole Holzer with 2. Eli Burr with 3. Team numbers, Hillsboro Central Valley, 3 3-pointers in the first half. They are 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Central Cass, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Make that 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Just 2 threes coming for the Central Cass Squirrels in the first half. Foul numbers, the Burrows would end the first half with 10 fouls. The Squirrels would finish with 6. Head coach Elliot Rothvold is going to have to make some decisions in the second half with Jacob Brandt, who's sitting on 3 fouls. Gannon Limke has 2. Peter Dryberg a foul. Cade Waterworth a foul. Those are 4 of the 5 starters with fouls, 2 of them with multiple fouls. Well, Parker Gallagher has not committed 1. Aaron Cooper off the bench, who has been a cog defensively in this game. He is sitting on 2 fouls. Well, Matt Norman, 4 of his 5 starters with just 1 foul apiece. No one with multiple offenses, so something that obviously is always a factor, but for Central Cass right out of the gate to begin the second half, something that the Squirrels will not need to be concerned about. So those are our first half numbers here on our halftime show, brought to you by Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. That is 26-18, the Burros lead. Back with more on yourliveevent.com.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
North Dakota state law requires students attending school to be up to date on immunizations that protect them from life-threatening diseases such as measles, chickenpox, mumps, or pertussis. Trail District Health Unit reminds parents to get your children all the recommended vaccinations for their health and the safety of our community. Contact Trail District Health Unit if you have any vaccination questions or if you would like to schedule an appointment. Call 701-636-4434 for Trail District Health Unit.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Valley General Store is ready for your business. Valley General Store is open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the intersection of Highway 200 and Highway 75. They can meet many of your needs with hardware, plumbing, electrical, tools, groceries, meat, fresh produce, frozen foods, baked goods, paper products, pet supplies, and other household goods. Check out Valley General Store's Facebook page for the weekly grocery sales flyer. Now open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. It's Valley General Store in Halstead.
West Main Pizza, 784-3700. Specialty Pizza, calzones, signature pizza, famous cheese squares, breads, salads, wraps, 8-inch subs, paninis, pasta, traditional chicken, chicken wings, nachos, tacos, specialty treats, appetizers, sweet treats too. Dine in, carry out, curbside. West Main Pizza, 784-3700. More than just pizza. Here's another reason why you should contact Mike, Darren, and Tim at Wright Implement Hillsboro. Let them know I said call Wright Implement.
For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Wright Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692. Check out Wright Implement for farm equipment, repair, and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Wright Implement, 701-636-5692.
This is Jack Pulsard from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, they are translated into one word: sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word: sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
And that'll do it for our halftime show, brought to you by Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Both teams out on the court. A fresh 8 minutes will go up on the scoreboard. And Cole Holzer inbounds the basketball to Jacob Deutsch. The Squirrels down by 8. We'll begin the second half with the basketball. The story of that first half has just been the fantastic defense we've seen from the Burros. Deutsch in the lane, up for two, gets it going. Deutsch, the first scorer in this game in double figures, makes it 26-20. Ball handled by Brandt to the corner. Waterworth, hesitation on the three, pulls up, hits it! And Waterworth in double figures with 11, 29-20. Each team has a double-figure score. It's a 9-point game. This second half beginning how the game started with teams just trading points. Kavervig to drive, comes to Verkota for three. This one airballed. Waterworth keeps it in bounds, finds Gannon Limke. Limke comes to Gallagher, long pass, able to find Dryberg to the near side. Brandt, and it's stolen away by Deutsch. He got right in the passing lane. To the basket, layup, misses, rebound Limke. Limke, long pass to Jacob Brandt. Brandt at the rim, layoff will miss. Waterworth's put back good. Caden Waterworth, 13 points. 31-20, 11-point lead for the Burros. Hillsboro Central Valley in front by their largest margin. We saw three ties come all in the first quarter. Seemed like it was going to be a very low-scoring second quarter. Burrows able to turn some turnovers into some points, and then man with the basketball now, Jacob Deutsch was able to get the offense sparked late in that quarter for the Squirrels. First shot misses, second good for Cole Holzer. 31-22 the score. Brandt with the basketball on the left wing. To the corner to Limke, back to Brandt, three on the way. Will miss. Put back attempt, ball gets knocked out of Dryberg's hand. He picks it up, Burrows keep the basketball, 35 seconds on the shot clock, a brand new shot clock for Hillsboro Central Valley. Dryberg near side, finds an open shooter, he was open, and then there was Sam Kavervig. Nice recovery by the junior for the Squirrels as he swats it out of bounds. Looked like it was just going to be a wide open shot. Ball comes to Dryberg. Now to Limke, up for three. Shot will miss. Rebound two-handed by Kavervig. Kavervig throws beyond the arc to Verkota. He is up for three. Shot will miss. Brandt gets it. Comes to Peter Dryberg. Dryberg straddles far baseline, throws it in the lane, picked off by Cruchet. Will come to Jacob Deutsch. These teams slugged it out twice on the football field. First meeting went to the Squirrels week one of the season. The playoff game went to Hillsboro Central Valley. The Burros finishing runners up. So a nice rival between the two as Verkota puts one high off the glass and in, makes it 31-24. Gallagher to the corner. Waterworth hesitation on the three. Kavervig will take it away and comes to Cole Holzer. Driving Kavervig, goes to the corner. Verkota for three. That will miss. Rebound Jacob Brandt. I don't want to say they were missing Brandt when he was in those foul trouble because they were playing well, but now that he's seen some minutes to begin the second half, he's proven to be a difference maker as Brandt, averaging 5 rebounds a game, has about at that mark at this point. Dryberg will come to Limke, to the left side Gallagher. 13 seconds on the shot clock to Waterworth, back to Gallagher. Gallagher will hand it off to Brandt. Nice defense for the Squirrels. Rushing the Burros, contested three on the way, hits the iron, good! Gallagher just trying to avoid the shot clock violation, instead makes it a 10-point game, 34-24. Time out on the court, we'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Parker Gallagher just trying to avoid a shot clock violation. It hits a deep three for Hillsboro Central Valley. The Burros lead 34-24. Welcome back to yourliveevent.com. Cole Holzer at the baseline, ready to inbound, comes to Jacob Deutsch. Deutsch guarded by Dryberg. He'll step across the timeline. Will come to Verkota. 10-point lead for the Burros and 2 for Holzer, 6 in the game, 34-26. It was 11-9 Hillsboro Central Valley at the end of the first quarter, 26-18 at the half. For the first 4 minutes of the second quarter, the Squirrels are unable to score. A 3 will miss for Gannon Limke. The rebound is out of bounds. I believe it was touched by Verkota. And that's what the officials will say. So the Burros keep the basketball, and they have 33 seconds on the shot clock. Eli Burr in for the Squirrels. Out will be Tyler Cruchet. So Burr will come into the game. Gallagher inbounds, comes to Waterworth. Shot misses. Rebound rolls on the ground, and taking it away from Deutsch is Dryberg. Ball to Magnuson, back beyond the arc. Deep 3, misses for Gallagher. Put back, that one good. 2 for Dryberg, 36-26. 10-point lead for the Burros. Deep 3 upcoming, nothing for net for Kavervig. 36-29, the score, 2:51 left in the third quarter. Back with more on yourliveevent.com.
You finally found the perfect car. In Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Rivers Edge Insurance Agency, Halsted, 218-456-2172.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
36-29. Central Cass trails Hillsboro Central Valley on our Golden Harvest scoreboard. Limke comes to Gallagher. Into the hands of Aaron Cooper. Cooper, a guy who's been in some foul trouble in this game for the Burros. 3 from the corner. That will miss for Waterworth. Putback, though, is good. (38-29). Burr with the ball. Right side finds Verkota. 3 on the way. Misses. Rebound was in and out of the hands of one of the Squirrels players and picked up by the Burros. There was Carter Maggio who had that rebound. Layup at the other end, good for Magnuson. Carter Maggio seeing his first action of the night. Under 2 to play in the third quarter. A miscue. Deutsch sent a pass. No one was there. Verkota there to pick it up. Handled by Kavervig to Deutsch, right side. Deutsch drives, baseline feed. Bucket misses for Verkota, but he is fouled. Caden Waterworth's second personal, second team foul. Carter Verkota will get 2 shots for the Squirrels. First will miss. Max Bussey in for the Squirrels, Mason Bussey in for the Squirrels. Cole Holzer will come back in as well. Waterworth will check out of the game for the Burros. Chase Lushik will be out on the court. Second free throw, that's good. 40-30. Burros lead by 10. Cooper with the basketball, comes to Gallagher. To the near side, Lushik. A feat again in Limke, and he is redirected out of bounds. And he was redirected by Burr. Eli Burr's first personal, first team foul. Gannon Limke at the baseline. Strike that Parker Gallagher at the baseline. Inbounds to Lushik. Lushik hands it off to Limke. Limke on the drive. Ball knocked away. A steal for the Squirrels. Feed to Verkota. Fadeaway shot good. 8 for Verkota. 40-32. Burrows lead by 8, approaching the final minute of the third quarter. Ball comes to Lushik. Feeds to Magnuson. Misses the shot. Rebound Cole Holzer. Holzer from the baseline up to shoot, and a foul. That will be against the Burrows. Did not catch the number. Alec Magnuson's first personal second team foul. A far cry, the foul situation in the second half for both of these teams, as Alex Everson into the game for the Squirrels. Out will be Maggio. Carter Maggio checks out of the game. Inbound goes to Burr. Burr will go out of bounds. He is fouled by Parker Gallagher. Of course, broadcaster's jinx as I bring up the low foul count. That is back-to-back fouls called against the Burrows. HEV, 3 fouls this quarter, 1 for the Burrows. Holzer with the basketball. Along the arc. Will come to Burr. Near side Verkota. Back to the right side, Holzer. Will feed to Burr. Comes back to Verkota. Verkota for the 3, good! Carter Verkota, 8 points this quarter for Central Cass. They say 5-point game, 40-35. Gallagher with the ball. Comes to Cooper, to Lushik. Sends to Gallagher. Shot clock is off, 9 seconds left. Foul against Verkota. Verkota's second called for the Squirrels. Non-shooting foul, but 8.2 seconds left. A chance for the Burrows to run a play out of the inbounds. Comes to Limke. Limke tries to go to the corner to Gallagher. A little too much on that pass. And now it's back to the Squirrels, 4 seconds left. And the shot is off. Buzzer had sounded, 3 quarters in the books. Hillsboro Central Valley 40, Central Cass 35. Back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
40-35, HEV leading Central Cass. Up to our final 8 minutes of play. Central Cass, number 5 team in the state. And their first loss Monday night against Enderlin, the number 2 team in the state. Ball gets poked away by Limke. He'll pick this one up. Comes to Dryberg, now on the near side, Gallagher. Gallagher hesitation on the 3. Feeds to Brandt. Hook shot, Brandt is good. 7 for Brandt. 42-35 the score. Verkota right wing. Feeds to the corner to Covervig, back to Verkota. Now to Deutsch. Deutsch for 3. That's going to miss. Rebound, Cooper. He'll feed to Gallagher. To the near side, Limke. Comes to Cooper. Handled by Brandt. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Burros. Feeds to Gallagher. Goes to Dryberg. Burros not getting an inch inside. Good defense right now for the Squirrels. Comes to Limke. Up for the three. Misses. It's Verkota with the rebound. We'll go to Deutsch. Deutsch moving to the near side to Holzer. Squirrels have not led since the first quarter. NBA three. Misses. Limke rebound. Gallagher sends a pass, finds a shooter in Dryberg, and it's tipped by Brandt. 44-35 our score. 4 points this final quarter for the Burros and a blocked shot for Brandt. Burros get the basketball, and we're going to get a foul on Coverbig. Tried to reach inside against Limke, rather against Gallagher. 6:06 left in the game. Our Halstead telephone postgame connection coming up. We'll talk to Elliot Rothvold, head coach of Hillsboro Central Valley, in our postgame. Left side, Cooper. Comes back to Gallagher. Near side, Dryberg. Short corner, good for Brandt. Brandt missed some time to close out the first half with foul trouble, making up for it big here with 6 straight points to start the fourth quarter for the Burros. 11 points has matched their largest lead. Shot at the other end misses for Holzer. Rebound to Parker Gallagher. Deutsch reaches in. Gallagher gets by him. Comes to Brandt. Pass put out of bounds by Holzer. 5:24 left in the game. Eli Boer will come into the game for Central Cass. Out will be Tyler Cruchet. Gallagher up court. Comes to Cooper. Back to Gallagher. To the left side, Dryberg. To Gallagher. Near side, Cooper. Cooper holds three, puts it in. Cooper looked around, was looking for his next pass. And he's like, hey, you know what? I'm open. I'm going to take it. His first points of the game. 49-35. 14-point advantage for Hillsboro Central Valley. Cobervig at the other end for three. Will miss. Rebound batted away in the lane by the Squirrels. Winds up out of bounds. Verkota last to have hands on the basketball. Will go to the Burros. 4:43 to play. Not that in that great stretch in the second quarter for the Burros defensively was their offense, completely stagnant. But when you mix that defense with an ability to shoot from long range, what the Burros have started to do here in this stretch, you're going to put yourself up like 14 and multiple double-figure leads, and it's starting to show here. They've mixed those two things together and created a two-headed monster right now. Brandt feeds, missed shot for Limke. He'll be fouled to get two. Verkota second, team's fourth. Mason Bussey. And we'll check into the game probably after Limke's first shot. Limke will miss. Here comes Bussey. And Bussey will come in for Verkota, who's got two fouls. Next shot from Limke, that's good. 50-35, 15-point lead for Hillsboro Central Valley. The Squirrels want to take a timeout. Timeout on the court. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Hi, this is Tatum Limke with a message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. Drug and alcohol abuse impact many communities. Remember that strong family values, including open communication between parents and kids, helps keep all kids healthy and drug-free. Both school districts remind parents to support the various programs and activities that your kids are involved in and be a positive influence. I encourage all students to say no to drugs and alcohol and be involved in their school and community. This message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
50-35, Hillsboro Central Valley leads by 15, their largest lead. Central Cass has not scored to begin this fourth quarter. Shades of the second quarter defensive performance that the Burros had. They held Central Cass to just 1 point for the first 4 minutes of the second quarter. They're on pace for that here, even better as the inbounds is taken away by Cooper. Handled by Gallagher. To Limke to the near side. Cooper closed in quick by Converbig. What the Burros didn't have in that second quarter, I mean, to add to that defense, was the shooting that they've had here to close out the game, and a mismatch to Limke. He puts it in for his 13th, 52-35. 7-point lead for Hillsboro Central Valley. 3:45 to play. Bussey with the ball. Comes to Holzer. NBA three off the iron. Rebound down in the hands of Dryberg. Dryberg lost it momentarily, picks it up. And did not see the timeout. We're going to see a foul. Holzer will be called in on the reach. It looked like, with the official talking to Elliot Rothfull on the sideline, that we were going to get a Burrow timeout, but the foul came. Stops it with 3:30 left in the fourth quarter. Inbound to Dryberg. Dryberg up court across the timeline, has some room to work with. To the corner to Brandt. Brandt to shoot. Shot blocked by Converbig, and they're going to say he got a piece of Brandt's hand. That'll be Converbig's third, team sixth. The foul situation is kind of flipped script, or it has a flipped script in the second half. Hillsboro Central Valley had 10 fouls in the first half, just 6 for the Squirrels. Now looking at 3 fouls for the Burros, 6 for the Squirrels with 3:23 left to play. 14 points for Brandt, trying to make it 15. And the shot is in, 35-54. 19-point lead for the Burros. Central Cass still yet to score this quarter, and they will get a 3 to end that drought. Holzer scores. Their first points in the fourth quarter come with 3:15 left to play in the game. Ball to Limke, up to shoot. Limke misses the shot, fouled by Cole Holzer. Holzer's third, team 7, so now the Burros in the bonus. Again, and Limke will get 2 shots. First shot's good, 55-38. 14 for Limke. Hits this one. If he hits this one, he'll be second in scoring. Yep, he has 15. Just 1 behind Brandt, 16. 56-38, under 3 to play. Feed into the lane, knocked away by Limke. Battle on the near side. Squirrels had it and called a timeout. 2:50 to play, 56-38. Hillsboro Central Valley leads. We'll be back with more. This is YourLiveEvent.com.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart. East of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. The story is told that the lumberyard in Hillsboro has been continuously operating on this same location since 1881. That means that although it has changed its name, appearance, and ownership a few times, we've been in business for 140 years. Proudly part of the Hillsboro community as one of the original businesses founded on serving our neighbors. And wouldn't you know, that business model still works after all this time. With a focus on customer service, Hillsboro Lumber welcomes you.
2:50 is all that's left in the fourth quarter. Hillsboro Central Valley looking for their 8th win of the season. Well on the way for that one. They lead 56-38. Central Cass has scored just 3 points in this final 8 minutes. It is the Squirrels basketball. Kavervig to the corner. Verkota shot deflected, kept in bounds by Gallagher, and handled up court by Dryberg. Comes near side to Brandt, taken away. A steal comes for Bussey. Up court to Verkota, taken back by Gallagher. What a sequence for the Burros and the Squirrels. Mason Bussey called for his second, team's 8th. Gets Brandt to the line for the 1-and-1. 2:25 left. Our Halstead Telephone Company postgame connection coming up. We'll hear from Elliot Rothvold as Brandt's first shot is good. 57-38 the score, a point away from a 20-point lead, which would be the first time that the Burros have been up by 20 in this game. We'll also name our RDK Enterprises position player of the game and our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Second shot good for Brandt. Brandt putting himself in his position to win one of those two awards as it is 58-38. 2:20 left in the game. 3 for Holzer, misses, rebound in and out of the hands of Verkota, and you can see the frustration in the sophomore as he just had that one and misplayed it. 12:14 left to go. Foul will be called on Eli Burr off ball. Burr called for his second personal 9th-team foul. That gets Aaron Cooper to the line. He will shoot the 1-and-1. First is in. I've not seen a lot of movement on either bench quite yet, but I imagine now with this game at a 21-point lead, as we may see some of the younger players get some action this evening here in Castleton. Cooper hits both. He's got 5 off the bench, 60-38. Central Cass will fall to 10-2 on the season. Layup in for Sam Kaberbig. The Burros improve to 8-5. Next up for the Burros, a home game coming up on Thursday against Dakota Prairie. We'll see another foul call coming for the Burros. Excuse me, the Squirrels. Eli Burr called for his third, 10th. 2 shots coming for Cooper. Squirrels will have Northern Cass. That will be on Tuesday night. Both of those games, by the way, you can see on yourliveevent.com. Shot from Cooper is in, 61-40 the score. Deutsch back in, Bussey out. Minute 46 left. Cooper will hit the second shot. Deutsch hands off to Kavervig. Kavervig to Verkota for 3, hits it. Connor Verkota had a big third quarter for the Squirrels, as trapped in the far corner is Parker Gallagher, and a timeout will be taken by the Burros. It'll be I believe a full timeout taken by the Burros. We'll take a break. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Today's sponsorship is provided in part by Anderson Cutting Horses, Roger and Connie Anderson. They wish all Burros the best in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities this school year. Roger and Connie Anderson of Anderson Cutting Horses are proud to have the students of Hillsboro and Central Valley represent our communities. Good luck, Burros, in all that you do. From Roger and Connie Anderson, Anderson Cutting Horses.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsboro. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
62-43, Hillsboro Central Valley with a nice, comfortable lead here with the final minute 27 to play. Jacob Brandt, 17 points, leads all scorers right on his tail. Gannon Limke with 15. As high scoring as it's been for the Burros, the story of this game has been their ability to create turnovers on defense, to take away second chance points from the Squirrels as the Squirrels create a turnover of their own. 7 points is all that's been scored by the Squirrels. Make that 9. Verkota hits the bucket, gets fouled. He'll get an and one opportunity. Foul on Brandt, his fourth. 4 new players will come in for the Squirrels with 1:07 to play. I'd imagine Verkota, who's a starter for the Squirrels, will take the shot. If there's a stoppage of play, his game will come to an end. Now, Everson remains at the scorer's table. And Verkota hits the bucket. 15 in the game for Verkota. 1:07 left to go. So a whole slate of changes. 5 new players out on the court for Central Cass. Hillsboro Central Valley now has some movement. They want to do the same. Central Cass now 10-2 on the year. 3 from the corner. That's going to miss. Rebound Squirrels. We're going to get a held ball, and it will go to Hillsboro Central Valley, who makes the change. Burros now 8-5 on the year. .45 seconds left to play. Bachmeyer with the ball. Driving Wiersma, misses. And it's Hillsboro Central Valley's basketball. Riley Olson will handle the ball. Comes up to the near side to Alex Cotton. 19 seconds left. Burros will get the win. Hook shot in the lane, good. Landon Olson hits 2, 64-46, and that becomes the final. It was a defensive stand for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, 64-46. They get the win tonight here in Castleton. Allstate Telephone Company postgame connection next on yourliveevent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
As your community-owned utility, we always power through challenges. And in the face of any challenge, the City of Hillsboro remains unwavering in our commitment to you. We power both your life and work. Whether that means hot cocoa with the family in the morning or a hot deadline at work that leaves the lights on a little longer at night, we're here with safe, reliable, clean energy. The City of Hillsboro, empowering our community.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our Villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our Villa at 701-343-6273.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hillsboro Drug and Gift, your area Health Mart pharmacy, is bringing you the savings on your cough and cold medications, including Hall's Cough Drops, just $1.99 per package. Chloroseptic Sore Throat Spray is $4.99. Save on Health Mart brand Adult Tussin. You can choose from mucus and chest congestion, cough and chest congestion DM, or multi-symptom cold CF, $3.99 each. Health Mart Daytime Cold and Flu Non-Drowsy Liquid is $5.49, or Nighttime Cold and Flu Liquid, $6.29. Hillsboro Drug and Gift and Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
And welcome to our post-game show, our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. A win for the Burros, 64-46. They are now 8-5 on the season. Central Cass dropping to 10-2. And the biggest story of this game, I think, when you look at how things went down, was Hillsboro Central Valley's ability to create turnovers on defense and to turn those into points. It was back and forth early on. The Burros would lead 11-9 at the end of the first quarter and 26-18 at the half. 7 of those 9 points scored in the second quarter for Central Cass came in the closing minutes. It was Jake Deutsch who connected with 6 points. He had 6 of their 9, most of those, again, coming in the final few minutes. But for the first half of the second quarter, Central Cass just was unable to score, had 2 points. It took them 4 minutes to get their first 2 points, or they had 1 point, in that first 4 minutes. The score at the half would be, again, 26-18 and 40-35 going into the final quarter, and that lockdown defense from the Burros picked up yet again. Central Cass finishing with 11 points in that quarter, but did not score until there was 3:15 left to play in the game, and Hillsboro Central Valley again gets the win 64-46. Jacob Brandt, who missed some time in the first half with foul trouble, scores 10 in the second half to finish with 17 overall. He is the game's lead scorer. Gannon Limke behind him with 15. Cade Waterworth with 13. 7 points for Cooper. For Aaron Cooper. Alex Magnuson finishes with 4. Parker Gallagher 4. 2 points for Peter Dryberg. For Central Cass, Carter Verkota finishes with a team-high 15. Jacob Deutsch with 10. Cole Holzer with 9. Sam Kovervig with 7. Eli Burr with 3 points for Central Cass. So again, our final 64-46. Hillsboro Central Valley 8-5 on the year. Central Cass 10-2. We'll take a break here on our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. More coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Hi, Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. Go Boroughs!
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to our post-game show. An impressive win for the Burros tonight, 64-46. Elliot Rothfold, head coach of the Burros, with us. Coach, the story of the game for you guys, it was your ability to really shut down the Squirrels offense. You guys got inside passing lanes, and good things happened for you.
Yeah, our zone was pretty effective against them. I thought we got out on their shooters pretty well with our length. We were able to disrupt some of those shots and made their three-point shots that much tougher. And we just kind of said, we're going to play the zone, see how they attack it. If we got to go man, we'll go man. But our zone worked the whole night, and the guys were talking and communicating well. And we rebounded the ball pretty well out of that too. And and then Caden Waterworth hitting some big shots in that first half, get us a lead. Gannon, Jacob played some good basketball, and our guards handled their pressure. They came after us, and I thought we handled it pretty well.
You guys had some foul trouble in the first half. Mm-hmm. Brandt missed some time. You had a big second half, but to the credit of those guys who had some early fouls in the game, they managed to adjust their game accordingly and didn't really commit any more fouls in the second half.
Yeah, I thought Jacob, he got 3 there, but, Alec Magnuson came in and did a really nice job for us, picked up some minutes there. We got a good bench with Alec and Jace and Aaron Cooper, End of the game there, Cooper played most of the fourth quarter there, because that's probably our best ball handle lineup that we had out there, so we needed that against their pressure. So he did a nice job, made some free throws for us, and that's a good confidence booster for him too. So, no, it was a good win. It kind of came in 2 weeks ago. Like I told these guys 2 weeks ago, we lost by 20 to Endlin, lost by 30 to Four Winds, lost by 20 to Thompson at their place. We were in a pretty low place, confidence-wise especially, and the guys have worked hard the last 2 weeks to get themselves out of that. And like I told them tonight's kind of a measuring stick to see where we're at. I said, remember where you were 2 weeks ago, but this is the kind of team that we expected to have, and the guys are now playing with a little bit of that confidence and like I talked about, a little bit of that swagger that hey, we're a good basketball team, and tonight showed it against a really good Central Cass team.
All right, Coach, congratulations again on this win. You guys will be back home this week. Thanks for joining us here on the postgame show.
Thanks. Yeah, we got 2 home games next week, and then it's that big stretch of 5 games in 8 days for it to basically almost finish out the regular season. So, yeah, it's coming fast. But thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Elliot Rothfeld with us on the postgame show. We'll take a break. We'll come back to get some of our game awards next on yourliveevent.com.
Cruise on over to Hillsboro Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Welcome back to our Halstead Telephone Company postgame connection. Again, a win tonight for Hillsboro Central Valley, 64-46, 8-5 on the year. Central Cass 10-2 on the season. Time to give some game awards, and it's going to be a tough one as Coach Wattful talked about. A lot of players played great down the stretch in this game, but first our RDK Enterprise Precision Player of the Game. That's going to go to Jacob Brandt. He finishes with 17 points, a team high and a game high. So Brandt, the sophomore, 17 points. He will be our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. And our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Cade Waterworth, who finished with 13 points, had a big first half when they needed him the most. He is our Energy Player of the Game here in this contest. So that will do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, Joel Morgan remind you of our final score in boys basketball. It is Hillsboro Central Valley 64, Central Cass 46. Thanks for being with us on yourliveevent.com.